Okay. All right, so I see that we have the people, Ramon Chavez, Summer, and that's the only two I see that we have pleas for. Okay, let me cancel this. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes, Your Honor. This is Joseph Strickland. We just completed paperwork on Mr. Moncada's plea.
Okay, let me see if I can find that one first.
That's correct, Your Honor. It should be pending with you. It's just waiting on your signature.
Great. I already have Mr. Moreno. Is that another one? Maybe that's just a disclosure of the discovery. About that, I thought I had started my video. Apparently I had not. Okay, I've got Mr. Moncavas. Moreno. All right, we can go ahead and do those now, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Moncada, where are you?
He's right here. He's sitting next to me, Judge.
All right. Ms. Mendez, are you ready for this? We're going to
Yes,
start.
I sure am.
All right. So this is cause number. Let me start with Mr. Moncada. Would you please raise your right hand, sir, and be sworn? Okay, let me just stop here a second. You're not chewing gum, are you, sir? If you are, would you put it in the tissue right now, please, before we start? Okay, all right. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Do you need a moment, sir, you may lower your hand. Okay. This is cause number 662331, the state of Texas versus Jose Angel Moncada. Counselors, please make your announcements.
Jeff King on behalf of the state.
And Joseph Strickland for Mr. Moncada.
All right, so are you Joseph Angel Moncada?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
You are charged with the offense of obstruction of a highway / roadway as a Class B misdemeanor. The range of punishment for that is up to 180 days in Bexar County Jail and or a fine up to $2,000. You're going to see on the screen a document entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions. You recognize this as a document you reviewed with your attorney, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we're going to go to the second page where it shows defendant's signature. Did you sign that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that by signing that document, you are waiving your right to a jury trial your right to remain silent, as well as all those other rights listed in that document.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have an agreement with the state and I follow it, but then later on, today or tomorrow, you have a change of heart and you want to take back your plea, you would need my permission to do that. But I don't have to give that permission. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
If I assess a harsher punishment than what you have agreed to, you can take back your plea and nothing that you've said or signed for today can be used against you. All right, and if you plead no contest to this charge, I can still find you guilty of this charge. You understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Strickland, have you had an opportunity to discuss the charge with Mr. Moncada?
I have, Your Honor.
In your opinion, does he have a factual as well as a rational understanding of the charge?
He does.
Has he been able to assist you in his defense?
He has.
I will approve the waiver. Is there an agreement? By the way, is there an amendment or to the information as it was presented?
Your Honor, actually, as a preliminary matter, yes, we would move to dismiss count 1 and proceed solely on count 2, obstruction of a highway.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, that is approved and that is part of your agreement, so we'll go on from there.
Right,
Mr.
and
Gates?
yes, we are recommending a 12-month term of deferred adjudication, a $400 fine plus court costs, 48 hours of community service, the victim impact panel, DWI education, an ATP evaluation, and the ignition interlock for 1/2 the term.
Okay. So, Mr. Strickland, is that your understanding of the agreement, sir?
It is, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Moncada, to the offense of obstruction of a highway / roadway as a Class B misdemeanor, how do you plead, sir?
No contest.
Is anybody forcing you into entering this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you doing this of your own free will?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will accept your plea. I am not making any findings of guilt. I will place you on deferred adjudication for a period of 12 months. Assess a $400 fine plus court costs, 48 hours community service, the victim impact panel, DWI education course, the ATP evaluation, and on your vehicle, install ignition interlock for 1/2 your term of probation. I'm going to give you credit for 24 hours community service. If you are or become fully vaccinated for COVID, all you have to do is show proof to the probation department and you will get that credit. That is purely optional, okay? Is there anything further from defense?
No, Your Honor.
State?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Moncada, I have followed your agreement. That means you do not have a right to appeal. I do want you to understand, you appear to be fairly young to me, that this is really, a deferred adjudication is a great deal for you, because if you successfully complete everything, you won't have a conviction. It's a second chance, right? But if for some reason life gets complicated and you do not fully comply and the state files a motion, I find sufficient reason to follow it, then I can give you that conviction. Revoke your community supervision. Assess up to 180 days in Bear County Jail, and you would have a very limited right of appeal. So the downside is very significant, right? So I want you to be aware, the more you know, the better off you are, right?
Yes,
So,
Your Honor.
You did fill out a personal data sheet, sir. I'm not sure, I did glance at it. You need to fill out everything, references, because this is a very important document for your protection as well as for the work that the probation department does. So at the end of this plea, you're going to be meeting with Mr. Corey Richardson. And I need for you to make sure that all that is there is correct. So do you swear that everything you put on that sheet is true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir, thank you. All right, so at this time, we're going to adjourn this hearing. You are going to see a prompt on your screen. Join the breakout room, whatever number that is. And you and Mr. Corey Richardson will be meeting. He's going to give you important information on how to proceed and what to expect, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Richardson, you are already co-host. So I'm going to, Ms. Tran, will you put Mr. Strickland and Mr. Moncala in a breakout room?
Yes, ma'am.
Join, thank you. All right. Thank you, Mr. Strickland.
Thank you, Judge. Thanks, Jeffrey.
Welcome.
Judge, may I approach?
Yes, you may.
Your Honor, may I go into a breakout room with my client? We just need to finish some paperwork.
Sure, let's do that right now.
It is Joshua Edwards Smith.
Joshua Edwards, okay. Mr. Smith, would you please unmute yourself so we can find you on the screen? Is he there in your court? I mean, in your,
He was here just a moment ago. Let me see if he's still here.
he got dropped. Sometimes his Zoom misbehaves.
Yeah, let me have him sign back in, Judge, because I don't see him now.
All right, we'll put you all together as soon as y'all are both.
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Carrillo is still busy with something else.
I'm here, Judge.
All right, and you represent Mr.
Mr. Moreno, Your Honor. Have you-
Okay, do that right now. Is Mr. Moreno here?
Yes, he is, Judge.
Okay, let's proceed on that one. All right, so I need Mr. Moreno to please unmute himself and start his video. Okay, sir. All right. Is your car moving, sir? I'm going to ask you to please stop and park while we do this.
I'm pulling over right now.
I get a dry throat without water. I have to have some water. Okay. All right, in the meantime, Mr. Chavez, who is your lawyer?
Judge, it's Linda Corley. She's waiting for him in breakout 5.
Okay, can you put him together with Miss Corley?
Yes, ma'am. I already put him there. He needs to go to the breakout room.
You see that little prompt? Oh, he saw it. Okay, good. Are you all on the highway, Mr. Moreno?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm parked.
Okay. There's still a lot of movement. Okay, would you please raise your right hand, Mr. Moreno? Okay, so I do really need you all to be stopped, okay?
It's stationary. Judge.
Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, sir?
Yes, Judge.
All right, you may lower your hand. This is cause number 656-364. the state of Texas versus Javier Guadalupe Moreno. Counselors, please make your announcement.
Karina Sanchez for the state.
Lina Carriedo for Javier Moreno.
All right. So are you Javier Guadalupe Moreno?
Yes, Judge.
Are you, are you a U.S. citizen, sir?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. You've been charged with the offense of assault bodily injury as a Class A misdemeanor. The range of punishment for that is up to 1 year in Bexar County Jail and or a fine up to $4,000. You understand that, sir?
Yes, Judge.
We're going to look at a document entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions. You'll see that on your screen, okay? Do you recognize that as the document you reviewed with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're going to, and I just spoke to you about the range of punishment on that. You understood that, correct?
Yes, Judge.
And I need you to know that if you plead no contest to this charge, I can still find you guilty of this charge. You understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're going to go to page 2 where it says defendant signature. Did you sign that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that by signing that document, you are waiving your right to a jury trial, your right to remain silent, as well as all those other rights listed in that document?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have an agreement with the state and I follow it, but later tonight or early tomorrow, you change your mind and you want to take back your plea, you would need my permission to do that, but I do not have to give you that permission. You understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
If I assess a harsher punishment than what you have agreed to, you can take back your plea and nothing that you've said or signed for today's hearing can be used against you. Also, even if you plead no contest to this charge, I can still find you guilty of this charge. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Garrido, have you had an opportunity to discuss the charge with Mr. Moreno?
Yes, Your Honor.
In your opinion, does he have a factual as well as a rational understanding of the charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has he been able to assist you in his defense?
He has been.
All right, I am going to approve the waiver. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, there is an agreement. The agreement is a $350 fine with court costs, 1 year in Bexar County Jail probated over 1 year of probation, an APSE course, 60 hours of community service, a no contact order with the Shell Station McDonald's. And the address to that judge is 2315 Southwest 36th Street. And a no contact order with Roberto Rico. And George, that's Jorge Rodriguez. And the state has agreed to TIC cause numbers 656, 365 in exchange for this plea.
So, Ms. Carriedo, is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. That is my understanding of the agreement.
All right. So, Mr. Moreno, to the offense of assault bodily injury as a Class A misdemeanor, how do you plead, sir?
No contest.
Is anybody forcing you to enter this plea?
No, Judge.
Are you doing this of your own free will, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will accept your plea. I am assessing a $350 fine plus court costs, 1 year sentence to Bexar County Jail, but that is probated for 1 year. You are to complete the APSE course, do 60 hours of community service. You are to have no contact with the Shell station or McDonald's at 2315 Southwest 36th Street, and no contact order with Roberto Rico and Jorge Rodriguez. And as part of this agreement, taken into consideration is cause number 656365. I'm also going to give you an opportunity to get a little credit for your community service hours. You will get 30 hours credit on your community service hours if you are or become fully vaccinated for COVID. All you have to do, if you are already vaccinated or if you become vaccinated, you just need to show the probation department proof of the vaccination. That's just to help you. That's only optional. You don't have to do that, okay? All right, so is there anything? Anything further from defense?
Judge, just one question on the community service hours. Will my client be allowed to buy some of the remaining hours after he's given the vaccination credit?
Yes. If the remaining 30 hours, he can purchase at $7.25 per hour. And I would like it very much if he would donate the proceeds from that to the San Antonio Food Bank.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Anything further from the state?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
So, Mr. Moreno, I have followed your agreement, sir. That means you do not have a right to appeal. But this is hopefully going to help you have a better future. The probation department is actually there to help you. And hopefully this will be a life lesson. You're pretty young and you need to, make sure that everything in the future is a positive experience for you. Okay.
Yes, Judge.
You did fill out a personal data sheet, sir. Do you swear that everything you put on there is true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Moreno, I wish you the best of luck. I hope that everything works out very well in your favor. Work hard and stay safe, okay? I'm going to
Yes, Your Honor.
ask you,
Thank you.
sir, I'm going to ask you to join the breakout room with Mr. Corey Richardson. He is going to give you some important information on what to expect and how to proceed, okay? And at this time, you'll see on your screen a little prompt that says join breakout room, and it will have a significant number. Just click on that and you will be there. After you talk to Mr. Richardson, you are excused, sir. You do not have to come back into the courtroom, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Take care of yourself. This hearing is adjourned.
And may I be excused, Judge?
Ms. Gabrielo, have a wonderful afternoon. You have a good
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Stevenson, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I believe that my client has successfully completed his plea packet. He has never touched a computer before today. Over at the jail, he had to get a substantial help, but he believes he has submitted it. I need to know if the court has received it.
All right, who is your client?
My client is Antonio Alcocer.
Okay, I saw something like that. I think I signed something like that. Let me go and it would be in the
Here.
completed. Let
No,
me
Your
check
Honor.
it.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. No, actually, so you signed the dismissal that was taken into consideration, and the plea is pending your signature, but he has signed and it's just in your pending.
Okay, let me go and do that now.
I have no idea whether it was signed correctly. I hope it was.
Oh,
It
well,
was.
so I think it must be.
Okay. I know he got help from an attendant,
Okay, good.
but we
I
talked
just-
through everything.
All right. Okay, I have found it. I will sign it. We can proceed. Thank you very much. Okay.
Hard type.
Right, so the one that I'm missing, I'm wondering.
You want the
All right. So, Mr. Let me go back there. Okay. Does Mr. Alcocer speak English?
He does. He speaks good English and he reads English, no problem.
All right,
He just
so-
is not computer savvy.
Okay, Mr. Alcocer, I'm going to need you to unmute yourself so that you can, I can hear you. Can you hold the little space bar down constantly? I think that'll do it. Or is there anything on your screen that looks like a little microphone, like an old-fashioned microphone? If you can click on that, you will be unmuted.
He may need to ask the attendant.
That's fine. That's better.
Okay.
All right.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. So at this time, I'm going to ask you to please raise your right hand.
Yes, ma'am.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. You may lower your hand.
Yes, ma'am.
This cause number 641478, the state of Texas versus Antonio Alcocer. Counselors, please make your announcement.
Jeff King on behalf of the state.
Ben Stevenson for the defendant.
All right. So are you Antonio Alcocer?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You're charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated as a first offense, and the range of punishment for that is up from 72 hours up to 180 days in Bexar County Jail, and or a fine up to $2,000. You understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to look at a document entitled Defense Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions. Do you recognize this a document that you went over with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. See, I just told you the offense you're charged with, and I just read to you the range of punishment.
Yes, ma'am.
And on page 2, where it says defendant's signature,
Yes, ma'am.
did you sign that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you understand that by signing that document, you are waiving your right to a jury trial? You're waiving your right to remain silent.
Yes, ma'am.
As well as all the rights listed in that document.
Yes, ma'am.
You have an agreement with the state, and I follow it. And then you later change your mind and want to take back your plea, you would need my permission to do that, and I do not want to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Prior to the first and what you have agreed to, you can take back your plea if nothing that you said or signed for today can be used against you. And if you, well, you're not proving no contest. So, Mr. Stevenson, have you had an opportunity to discuss the charge with Mr. Alcocer?
I have, Your Honor.
In your opinion, does he have a factual as well as a rational understanding of the charge?
Yes, Your Honor, he does.
Able to assist you in his defense?
He has, Your Honor.
I will approve the waiver. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, there is. We have agreed to 36 days in the Bexar County Jail, a $0 fine, court cost, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, and we would ask that this be considered a judgment satisfied. In addition, Your Honor, we would like an affirmative finding of Mr. Alcocer's indigency in order to waive the fine.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
About 3 years ago, the $3,000 surcharge was replaced by Section 709.001 of the Texas Transportation Code, mandating that a final conviction for a DWI case would result in a $3,000 special fine to DPS. If the court finds that the defendant is indigent. And we would like to submit for the court, number one, the state and the defense are agreed that he is indigent, but number two, in both these cases and in the felony that we just got taken care of this morning, he was found indigent by Bear County in that he was appointed, court-appointed counsel as an indigent defendant. So we would ask the court to make that finding, and our willingness to plead to this case is contingent upon the court finding that he is indigent for purposes of Transportation Code Chapter 709.
All right, for purposes of Transportation Code 701, the court does find that Mr. is indigent.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Alcocer,
Yes, ma'am.
that's while intoxicated as a first offense, as a Class B misdemeanor, how do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
Is
Guilty.
anybody forcing you? to
No,
enter
ma'am.
this?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Are you doing this of your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
I will accept your plea. I am going to sentence you to 36 days Bear County Jail.
Yes, ma'am.
Assess a $0 fine plus court costs.
Yes, ma'am.
Look at the clear time served, the time remaining will run concurrent. And the court does find that your judgment is satisfied.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yes.
Anything further from the defense?
Your Honor, we would simply offer that these two cases are the only thing holding Mr. Alcocer in jail, and that if the dismissal on the companion case and the judgment of the judgment satisfied on this case can be processed today, then there's a good possibility he could be released tonight and be able to be with his family.
All right, it is a little after 2 o'clock, and I will tell you that will be processed today, okay?
Thank you so much, Your Honor. Nothing further from the defense.
Anything further from the state?
And as mentioned earlier, I did submit the dismissal for the TIC case that has already been signed by Your Honor. And I have already sent over the misdemeanor judge notes based on this plea that we've agreed to. So as soon as you sign that, it will go to the clerks, Your Honor.
That's perfect.
Finally, Your Honor, I have just emailed my voucher to Deborah Tron for the court's review. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So, Mr. Alcocer, I
Yes.
have followed your agreement, sir. That means you do not have a right to appeal. I want to wish you the best of luck, Mr. Alcocer.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Stevens.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, at this time, I think, Ms. Farley, are we ready to proceed on Mr. Thomas? And Mr. Alcocer, you can tell the deputy you're done, okay? Thank you, sir. All right, Mr. Chavez, can you please unmute yourself?
Were you speaking to me, Your Honor?
Yes, I wanted you to unmute yourself. Thank you, but I'm going to be a little distracted here for a second. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to go pull up your paperwork so we can proceed on that, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Say that again. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, let me come back here to the Zoom. Okay, so Mr. Chavez, will you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You may lower your hand. This is cause number 661608, the state of Texas versus Ramon Chavez. Councilors, please make your announcement.
Jeff King on behalf of the state.
Linda Corley on behalf of Mr. Chavez.
So are you Ramon Chavez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
You've been charged with the offense of obstruction of a highway/roadway as a Class B misdemeanor. The range of punishment for that is up to 180 days in Bexar County Jail and or a fine up to $2,000. You see that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that defendant's waiver of constitutional rights and court's admonitions, you reviewed that with your attorney, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So we're going to go to page 2 where it shows defendant's signature. And I need to ask you, did you sign that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that by signing that document, you're waiving your right to a jury trial, you're waiving your right to remain silent, as well as those other rights listed in that document?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have an agreement with the state and I follow it, and then you later change your mind, you want to take back your plea, you would need my permission to do that, and I do not have to give that permission. You understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
If I assess a harsher punishment than what you have agreed to, you can take back your plea and nothing you've said or signed for today's hearing can be used against you. And, okay, so Ms. Corley, have you had an opportunity to discuss the charge with Mr. Chavez?
I have, Your Honor.
In your opinion, does he have a factual as well as a rational understanding of the charge?
Yes,
Has he been able to assist you in his defense?
he has, Your Honor.
I will approve the waiver. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. As a preliminary matter, we have agreed to move to dismiss count 1, the DWI, and proceed solely on count 2, obstruction of a highway/roadway.
No objections.
All right, that is agreed to and it is approved. You may proceed, Mr. King.
Thank you, Your Honor. In addition, we would recommend a 12-month term of deferred adjudication, a $200 fine plus court cost, 48 hours of community service, DWI education, the victim impact panel, a TAP evaluation, and the ignition interlock for 1/2 the term.
That is our agreement, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Chavez, to the offense of obstruction of a highway/roadway is a Class B misdemeanor. How do you plead, sir?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Is anybody forcing you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you doing this of your own free will, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will accept your plea. I am not making any findings of guilt. I will place you on deferred adjudication for a period of 12 months. Assess a $200 fine plus court costs. You are to complete 48 hours community service, do the DWI education course, the victim impact panel, and on TAP evaluation, and on your vehicle install ignition interlock for 1/2 your term of probation. I will also give you 24 hours community service credit if you are or become fully vaccinated for COVID. If you have that kind of proof, you just need to show it to the probation department and you will get that credit, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
So I just need to tell you that deferred adjudication is a very special process. If you complete everything successfully, you will not have a conviction. That's very important, especially for someone young like you. But if for some reason something happens and you find that you can't keep up or you don't do what you're required to do, the state files a motion. I find sufficient reason to follow it, and I can give you that conviction revoke your community supervision, assess up to 180 days in Bexar County Jail, and you would have a very limited right of appeal. So the downside's pretty bad, right?
Yes.
So the more we know, the better off we are. So I'm sure your attorney already told you that, but I really
Yes.
want to stress the importance of it, okay?
I
All right,
appreciate that, Your
so is there anything further from defense?
Nothing further from defense, Your Honor.
State?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Chavez, I have followed your agreement, sir. That means you do not have a right to appeal. I want to wish you the best of luck. You did fill out a personal data sheet. Do you swear that everything you put on there is true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
It is, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I apologize. I do have one additional thing I neglected to mention. On the probation form, it did already have on there that he has not been convicted of a felony prior, but he did inform me that he has one in another state. So we just need to correct that, Judge.
Okay, so that is part of the plea agreement, or is it just part of the file?
Part of the application, Your Honor, for
Yeah.
deferred.
It's the
All right.
it's the deferred application.
Okay, all right, so on the record, we're correcting it at this time. And I will make it part of my judge's notes so that the clerk can correct it. Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
all right, so this time we are going to adjourn this hearing. I just want to share with you, Mr. Chavez, the probation department is there to help you. Do not be afraid to ask questions. There's never any silly questions. Everybody, I mean, no one who's not been through this before will know what to expect, but they are there to help you. And at this time, I'm going to ask you to watch the screen on your computer. You're going to get a prompt that says join breakout room, whatever number that is. Join that, and you will be meeting with Mr. Richardson, who's going to give you important information on what to expect and how to proceed, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Best of luck to you, sir. At this
Thank
time, it's very secure.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, Ms. Corley, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Did you want to go with him to the breakout room, Ms. Corley?
Unfortunately, I have to be in another court.
Oh, okay. Not a
Thank you.
problem. Thank you. All right. So at this time, thank you, guys. I'm going to go sign that one judge's notes on the one I just did on Mr. Alcocer, so I do not put it off. All right. Then you all have a wonderful rest of the afternoon. Thank you.
Judge, we have Miss Summers still here from Susan Kramer this morning.
Oh, yes, you're right. Okay, Miss Summer, sorry, I overlooked you. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, can you turn on your video, ma'am, please?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. All right, so basically, the only reason I want to talk to you is I'm just trying to find, what was the cause number on that, Miss Trent? Can you help me out with that?
Yes, ma'am. She's on page 3, 667964.
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm so happy that you've come in because when you are required to appear in court and you fail to appear, I'm required to issue a warrant. I did not want to do that. Okay, so I'm very happy to see you. I'm going to tell you that your attorney is busy someplace else, but she did appear earlier. So I'm going to reset this to May 25. And please write it down because it's really important that you show up for court. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. And is it going to be through Zoom again, or is it going to be in person?
For the immediate future, we're going to be doing it at 10 on Zoom.
Okay.
Okay. So, I mean, that's a sword and a shield because sometimes it causes more problems, and sometimes it has great benefits. So it's not perfect, but it's really, actually, in these days, it's very big help. Okay?
Okay.
All right. You have a good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. You too.
Okay. Now I'm gonna do that.
Judge, can I ask about Adrian Bettis's cases?
Okay, let me see, what did we do with Adrian Bettis?
Page 1.
It says here, it's marked off. There was one he did announce on. Let me see, where is it? Okay, Adrian Bettis. There's no file, and so I reset it to June 7th.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, let me see here. Mr. Alcocer's paperwork is signed. And so, Mr. Richardson, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay, Judge. How are you?
I'm good. Did you catch up on your rest from your long trip?
Yeah, kind of. I'm still trying to adjust to the time change, but it's just like daylight savings times 100.
Right.
But
Well, I think we're done, and thank you, Mr. Richardson. You have a great afternoon.
oh, no problem. Thank you. You too, Judge. And do we have a docket tomorrow, or are we? Okay.
Tomorrow is Friday.
Yeah.
Yes. I have to ask Ms. Strand, but we don't have one that we're going to call. I mean, we may just work on dockets, but it's sort of a catch-up day still.
Yeah,
So
that sounds perfect to me.
Yeah, I did not receive a docket for Friday.
Okay, great. All right.
Okay.
So, thank you.
Well,
So,
thank you guys so much.
I'm going to catch up too. So Ms. Sanchez and Mr. King, I did sign Mr. Alcocer's judge's notes, so that's done. I'm going
Awesome.
to
Thank you.
Moreno and Moncada, and then I think I will head out. But you all have, oh no, actually I have more work at my desk, but that's okay. Y'all have a great afternoon. Thank you.
You too.
all.
Stay dry.
Thank you, Judge. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you. All right.
And our court reporter, I think, wanted just to say thank you, but I think maybe she's off. Okay. See y'all
Bye,
later.
Judge.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.